Hello students, today we will discuss chapter 1 Geography of class 9th. This chapter deals with India, its size and location. We know that India is one of the ancient civilizations of the world and it has achieved progress in various fields like agriculture, industry, technology and economic development. India has also contributed significantly to the making of world history. So it is very important to understand the location of India. India is a vast country. It is the seventh largest. It is the seventh largest country in the world and second largest in terms of population. India, which entirely lies in the northern hemisphere, we can see in the figure. Here India has been shown in yellow color, and to the north of equator there is India which lies entirely in northern hemisphere, and southern part of India is very close to equator. Which part The area which is close to equator will receive high amount of sunshine and days and nights will be equal there. Now, the main land extends between in latitudes 8 degree 4 minute north and 37 degree 6 minute north, and in longitudes 68 degree 7 minute east to 97 degree 25 minute east. In the next map we will discuss it. Here we can see that in latitudes, India's extent is from 8 degree 4 minute north to 37 degree 6 minute north. In longitudes, its extent is 68 degree 7 minute east to 97 degree 25 minute east. Here we can see that there is Tropic of Cancer passing through India, and it almost divides India into two equal halves. So the Tropic of Cancer, which is 23 degree 30 minute north, divides the country into almost two equal parts. To the southeast and southwest of the mainland, there is two islands named as Andaman and Nicobar Islands and Lakshadweep Islands in Bay of Bengal and Arabian Sea respectively. Now, the landmass of India has an area of 3.28 million square kilometer, which is just 2.4% of the total geographical area of the world. In terms of population, we are the second largest country in the world after China. India has a long boundary of 15,200 kilometers, and including Andaman and Nicobar Islands and Lakshadweep, our coastline is 7,516.6 kilometers long. Gujarat is the state which is having the longest coastline in India. India is bounded by young fold mountains in the north. In the south there is Indian Ocean, in the east Bay of Bengal, and in the west there is Arabian Ocean. Indian Ocean is the only ocean in the world which has been named after any nation. Now, once again we will look into the map. Here we can see that in longitudinal and latitudinal extent of India, there is almost difference of 30 degree. Look here, 68 degree 7 minute east to 97 degree 25 minute east. The difference is almost 30 degree. Because of this difference, there is a time lag of 2 hours. There is time lag of 2 hours. For example, Arunachal Pradesh is the state where sun appears first. Its name is Arunachal. Arun means sun. And Gujarat is the state where sun sets last. So the time lag of 2 hours creates a problem. That's why India has adopted for a standard meridian, which is 82 degree 30 minute east, which passes through Mirzapur. In the map I will show you. This dotted line is the 82 degree 30 minute east, which is the standard meridian of India. It is very important to know. Already I said that the areas which are close to equator or the southern tip of India experiences equal duration of day and night, but when we move to the north, to the interior of the subcontinent, just like Jammu and Kashmir, we see that there is a difference between the durations of day and night. So two important questions can be asked. Why 82 degree 30 minute east has been selected as the standard meridian of India, and why is the difference between the durations of day and night hardly felt at Kanyakumari but not shown in Kashmir? These two questions are very important. Now we will understand India's and the world. The Indian landmass has a central location between the East and West Asia. India is a southward extension of Asian continent. India has been known for its relationship from the edges for the countries like Middle East, European nations, or of African nations for trade purpose. We also know the names of Silk Route. The Deccan Peninsula protrudes into the Indian Ocean, thus it helps India to establish close contact with West Asia, Africa and Europe from the western coast. No other country has a long coastline on the Indian Ocean as India has, and indeed it is India's eminent position in the Indian Ocean, that's why which justifies the naming of an ocean after it. Now, Suez Canal, which was opened in 1869, which has reduced the distance from Europe to India by 7,000 kilometers. Earlier, entire African continent was to be covered by the sailors to come to India, but with the opening of Suez Canal, it was reduced to 7,000 kilometers. In the next map, we will see that. Here we can see that these are the ancient trade routes. Here we can see Saudi Arabia, and we can also see the Suez Canal, which is very close to Egypt and Yemen. It has reduced the distance of India and Europe by 7,000 kilometers. Otherwise, earlier sailors have to cover the entire African continent through Cape of Good Hope. They have to come to India. Portuguese were the first to came to India. You know the name of Vasco da Gama. Okay. India's contacts with the world have continued through ages, but her relationship through the land routes are much older than the maritime contacts. We know the name of Silk Route. The various passes across the mountains in the north have provided passages to the ancient travelers. There are various passages created by nature, just like Nathula, Bomdila Pass. These all passes are very important as they provide routes to contact countries like China or other Asian nations. These routes have contributed in the exchange of ideas and commodities since ancient times. Travelers like Fayan, Megasthenes, they all came to India. The ideas of Upanishads, Ramayana, the stories of Panchatantra, the Indian numerals and the decimal system thus could reach many parts of the world. The spices, muslin and other merchandise were taken from India to different countries. India was known for its valuable spices. People from different various nations came to India for the trade of spices, and South India is still very rich, very prosperous because of this trade. On the other hand, the influence of Greek sculpture and the architectural style of dome and minarets from West Asia can be seen in different parts of the country. So, once again we look at the map of India. This is the map of India. Here we can see that nations which are neighbors of India like Pakistan, Nepal, Bangladesh, China, Sri Lanka, Maldives. This is a map of India. We can see Arabian Sea, Bay of Bengal, and most important one, Indian Ocean. So we can see that India's location and position in this region is very prominent. That's why entire ocean has been named after India. These all topics are very important. In next video we will cover the various important topics in this chapter. Thank you.